The newly appointed CEO of Temple Management, Tefer Gyado, has described collaboration as the next great catalyst for the Nigerian creative industry. Gyado now sits at the helm of affairs after founder and former CEO Idris Nimbe stepped aside to serve as chairman of the Nigerian Communication Commission. Speaking on the sideline of a private ceremony to usher in his new leadership and celebrate Temple's 10th anniversary, the CEO explained why industry synergy is non-negotiable. The event was attended by Temple partners and stars including Bisola Ayola, Precious the Magician, and Damilola Ogunsi and Mimi Onolaja. Gyado noted that while Temple has spent the last decade building pillars like Ogidi Studios, the next phase is about strategic partnership. Take a listen.
Collaboration is the new competition, so I want to focus more on partnerships. It's impossible to grow in this space without collaborating and partnering, and I don't think we do that enough. If you look at best practice, whether it's in Hollywood, whether it's in the music space, every successful venture is through partnerships. People who have one asset, whether it's Warner Brothers, they want to go and combine with Discovery, with CNN, whatever. We sit down, we look at what we have, we look at what others have, what are the strengths that we can use to merge together. And then it then allows us to be even bigger than the sum of our parts. And because, I could throw a whole bunch of numbers at you, from various reports, because people are now taking this space very seriously. There are a lot of empirical studies that have been done that show, this is the potential, this is where the growth is, but there is no limit. There's no ceiling, where the beauty and the excitement of this project, as it was 10 years ago, is that we're just starting. If you compare what we're doing, to the people who started show business, the United States, we're a century behind, actually, where they were building studios in the 1930s. How many studios do we have? How many film studios? How many music studios? So the beauty is in that even for us in this generation, there's still a lot of growth, that, for us to build. But the only way to do that is through infrastructure. Infrastructure and skill development. We need to scale up seriously. We have had a lot of projects that are a bit haphazard, where people are not specialists. They just call people who have maybe trained on the job. What Temple is dedicated to do is to A, help scale up that infrastructure, and B, to ensure that, the skill up, through some of the programs we've done, like the Gyado Creative Center, DCC, for example, allows people to be on a standard that is comparable to anywhere else in the world.